not beating myself up about different things is a big key to change. I feel like I've got more time than I did before. So I've magic time from somewhere, and the magic of the day will Luke's helping magic some time.
Dan, do you want to introduce yourself, who you are, what do you do?
Yeah, thanks, Luke. I'm a middle-aged man, I guess, who's just finished the 1%. I'm an accountant, working in the city centre of Birmingham. Similar to a lot, married with one kid, and yeah, was just short of time really. So Luke's helping me with that.
What was going on with you back then? Like, what was your motivation for getting in touch and having a conversation?
Yeah, it was just I think it's hard to remember about that far now, but the main thing was I was really struggling with just not having enough time to do things. I was just getting to the office earlier and earlier to try and keep on top of work. The conflict between work, home life, trying to fit everything in that I wanted to do in a day, and feeling like I was just letting everyone down, to be honest, all day. And therefore, getting to the end of that, time for me was pretty much zero at that point, because just trying to satisfy everyone else, and just really struggling with that. I guess didn't want to continue that. A few things with my wife and stuff like that as well. Mentioned things need to change, and just wanted to do something positive about it. So yeah, I saw a post from my colleague, and then yeah, got in touch with you, Luke, and really went from there.
What have been your, I guess, key achievements, successes, having gone through the process, and we can dig into the process a little bit first. But like that, what are you, I guess, best pleased with, and what have you achieved having come out the other end from where you were?
Yeah, it's definitely a mindset thing. I think not beating myself up about different things is a big key to change. I feel like I've got more time than I did before. So I've magic time from somewhere, and the magic of the day will Luke's helping magic some time. But feel on top of stuff. I want to do stuff, so kind of want to go to the gym in the morning, want to do things before I get into my working day, and I feel disappointed if I don't do those sorts of things as well. Although it's not the end of the world, but that wasn't where I was 12 weeks ago, or a little over 12 weeks ago. And yeah, just better in work, better off for people around me, more positive, and things improving as well at home life. So all great. The mindset for everything you're achieving in the day, and all those little marginal gains of everything you learn for the program, all adding up to create benefits in different ways, and probably being a bit more selfish with my time as well, is key. Mm-hmm. So, but all that adds up into being able to do better, etc., and then creates the time. So it's those little things. I wouldn't say there's one thing that's changed everything, but little gains on everything, every single meeting, etc., every single interaction. I think at the end of it gains time, and having more energy as well. So changing the mindset, having some time for myself, feeling like a sense of achievement at the end of the day, and not having that. I've still got a big to-do list. Don't get me wrong, but not having that list at the end of the day of not feeling accomplished, it massively changes your mindset. I think just being thankful for everything around you a bit more has a massive impact. The marginal gains you can have from that, I guess, are massive as well. So you kind of get in the habit. It just naturally happens. I wouldn't say I tried to lose weight. I've lost quite a bit in that period, but it wasn't something I necessarily set out to do. Yes, we did do stuff along the course that helped that, and certainly does. But just that whole mindset change didn't feel like a necessity, and now it's just the way of where I live my life. To be honest, it's not like something I'm trying to do differently. It's just the way I approach stuff. And when you realise it's all connected, you still have off days. You have the odd day along the program. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say you still have an odd day where you just feel like everything goes out the window for a day or two. But then you get back on it because you feel like you know what the reason is and you can control it, and then you don't necessarily get back on the wagon. I wouldn't say that to happen, but you end up naturally just drifting back to it because everything else starts to fall out of line again. You realise it's all connected, so you start those good habits again.
What would you say, if there's one thing, or what would you say is your kind of, having gone through the process now, what would you say is your key takeaway, if there was one thing? What would be the key thing that you've learned that you take away from it?
I think just replacing the word with can't with can is probably a big one. Getting on with it and controlling your own destiny is the key thing. It's your life, you control it. So stop blaming other people. That's probably the biggest thing, and then get on with these things. But you need someone to help you with that, and that's the biggest thing I'll take away. I'm not. It's not something I don't have lots of coaching and stuff like that. I haven't had lots of coaching in the past, but helping these things really does help. So.
Awesome, thank you. And I 100% believe what you just said there. I think, yeah, it's turning the can'ts into cans. And there's also a thing, if you ever say to yourself, I can't, maybe you're saying I won't. It's not I can't. It's just, and I think like it's that same parallel. And you look at it, with a deeper lens. That's it. But awesome. Well, I mean, Dan, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, anyone's watching's got a lot out of it. I have. It's been really insightful. I guess my final question to you: if anyone's watching this, like maybe you were a few months back, you've seen this, aware that you need to do something, but maybe you're on a bit of on the fence, like you said, you've never had any coaching, you're like, what's all this about? What would you say to someone who's kind of knows they need to do something, but they're a bit unsure about, reaching out and asking for help?
I think if you're even on the fence, you're thinking about it, there's probably something underlying that. So, listen to what it is. Probably think about what you need to do about it, and just have a chat with you. That's the main thing. There was no pressure at the start, so it wasn't like we had to do it. It was just an open chat, and maybe realize some stuff. And then think about if it's the right process for you. That's the key thing. But I think just acknowledging it and saying do something about it rather than sit there and kind of acknowledge it, put it to the bottom of the to-do list, and just crack on with work because that's what you've been programmed to do. That isn't the right answer. I don't think certainly wasn't for me anyway.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And look, the net result is where we are today, which is amazing. And so, the truth is, yes, there's a process, and I'm here to help. But like as I say to everyone I work with, and you included, you're the one who does the work. Like you said, you're the author of your own destiny. And when you get put back in the driving seat of your life and you've got control, that feels fucking awesome, I would say. So well done, mate. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and thank you for your insights. Anyone watching, I hope you've got a lot out of this. If you're interested in having a conversation like Dan, you want to have a chat, drop me a message in the comments or find me a DM. Dan, it's been an absolute pleasure. You're a legend. You deserve all the success you've got. So thank you for your time. Have a great Thursday and take care, everyone. Cheers.